Alright, I'm going to do a little video on this. My Dodge is a 2012, but I'm going to put 2015 and up taillights. Going to modify it to that. I'm actually going to put this on first while I have it out. What a hassle getting this. This is the second one that was shipped to me. It was cracked really bad on the other one. Took me 3 weeks to get this thing. This is actual Mopar. You cannot buy this aftermarket. It was almost $700 on average delivered. The other taillights you can buy aftermarket, and I did buy aftermarket to see. And this is an experiment. The two side taillights came as a pair for $350 delivered. And like I said, this one was $620 or something. And then with delivery fee, it was $675. Anyhow, the wiring for this, the conversion for the wiring, I got it from eBay. The cheapest price was $155. With tax, it was $175 delivered. There was a hiccup in that one too. The wiring was crossed. He sent me another one overnight shipping. He took care of it. But I'm going to do this, but I'm going to put this on first. And I started. I cleaned the surface. I just debadged it. Took seconds with some fishing line. I should have videotaped it, but I didn't. As a joke with that adhesive on there. Anyhow, I sliced the sides a little bit to get rid of the edges that might lift with a rag later on. And I'm going to put this on. And then cover it with this double layer to start this. I got the decal from Lux. It's all over the internet. They give you like a little package and stuff. I just wiped it down with 70% isopropyl alcohol twice. Let it dry pretty good. I mean, it dries in seconds anyhow, but I'm just going to let it really sit there for a second. Putting alcohol. It's a little difficult pulling this apart. It wants to lift. Uh-oh. And so forth. I'm going to spray this too. Liberally, so it's wet. Line it up. What a track. Harder than I thought. And I had another video on how I did this a year and a half ago on the car, and it was way easier. And so forth. Alright, I got it on. I'm letting it dry from the alcohol. And then I'm going to put the cover on top. The other vinyl. And before I put the last decal on it, there's some air bubbles. I got to get them out. I just cut this sheet top and bottom to fit it to my liking. I just want to see how it's going to fit. See, I got to cut it a little bit more. Some people like theirs wrapped around the edges on the top and bottom. I don't want that. That's not what I'm going for. Got it down. Just double sticking it on there, rubbing it up, massaging her back. So she gives me what I want. So what's the clean, smooth finish? You got a wrinkle in here. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, wait, no, wait. Shit. Shop and buy online with Ram eShop. Well, right now, during Ram Power Days, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular models. I've been wanting to retrofit my car for a while. It's a little expensive. And I'm not changing the bumper cover in the rear. I'm going to use the stock bezel and the stock bumper versus using a 2015 and up bumper cover in the rear. I do got a couple of alcohol bubbles in it, but I'm not tripping. I can probably push them down. That's just a factory hole, just as well as that one is too. You have them all over. They're weird. It's like a factory mark. It's all along the whole thing, even where the red is. That one. I hate it actually. That one. But it's done. I'm gonna install it soon. I just want to show the cracks in these taillights. They're all in the black right here. It's just cheap paint or whatever, the plastic paint that they used. But look right here, it's just cracked. Don't buy these VLAND taillights, they suck. But I did repair one. Came out pretty good. With, I think, is it VMT paint? But I did patch it up. Looks good. I'm gonna do a video on that. Here's the other one. Cracked, they're all cracked, the whole fucking bar. But I did patch that one up like I said. This one cracked first within a month and a half of buying these taillights. This one probably cracked, I don't know, 2.5 months after. And they all just started slowly cracking. And that's what I'm left with. But sand it, fill in those holes in the plastic with some more plastic, done deal. I'm gonna take this shit off, start the process, put the other 215 and up taillights on. These are VLAND brand. They suck. Here's the wiring harnesses. There's a resistor. They get hot. You gotta be sure you put them in the right spot so they don't melt anything. He did wire my trunk into this, so I'm gonna splice this right here, this wire right here, and add it to this right here, because I do have the trunk button. The guy who makes these is the cheapest one on eBay right now, and the date is September 23rd, 2022. So look, if you look on there, you'll see he's the cheapest one. Sometimes they're like 200 and something bucks. I ain't having it, but I did have an issue with one of them when I did. Thank God I tried it out. One of the wires was crossed on here, so it's getting the opposite lights break from the running light. He took care of it overnight, like I mentioned earlier. But this is it. This is what goes. This is gonna make it just plug and play right now. 175 delivered. Here's the taillights. Here's the right and left. I paid, these are aftermarket ones, and like I said, this is Mopar. You can only buy Mopar for this. I bought aftermarket just to see how these work. These are way better than the VLAND that I have in my car now. The VLANDs suck ass. They cracked within a month and a half, and a year later I'll show you they have tons of cracks on them. I did repair one of them, and I'm gonna have a video on that coming out. I've never seen anybody fix one of the VLAND taillights. I'm gonna do it. But these, 350 bucks delivered for both of them. And there are some little cushions right here. You want to take these off. Those right there, and this big fat one right here. Such as this one. I took them off. Because it sticks out too much. The taillight does. Because I don't have the 2015 and up bumper. I'm using my stock taillight bezel. So these might stick out a little bit, but they really stick out with these damn cushions on there. So that'll remove a ½ inch or inch right here, and then maybe a quarter of an inch on this side. When you put it on, you'll see it doesn't work with those cushions on. You gotta remove the cushions. There's some on the main tailstop, the big one that I was just working on. There's 4 on that one right there, that tailstop, the center tailstop. You want to remove those too. And in order to use my trunk, I bought some male and female connectors like this, just so it's easy to disconnect them whenever I want. I put them on the VLAND taillights too, and I'll explain later. But yeah, I'm gonna hook these up. I'm gonna put the male parts. The male part's gonna go to this. I'm gonna splice it, cut it, and then put these on, like so, and then boop, connect them. And it's just a solenoid. Polarity doesn't matter. You can just hook whatever one up you want. Okay, so it goes like this. I did that 2 together, and then here's the new retrofitting wiring. This will plug into my stock harness on my car, 2012. And then this stock wire that's on the tailstop is no longer needed. I'm gonna yank it off. So that's how it goes. Those 2 solenoid. So this, if you get it from that guy, Greg, on eBay, the cheapest priced one on eBay for the wiring harness kit, let him know if you have a button for your trunk. He'll wire this in for you so you still have that feature on your car. Yank that stock wire off this, it's a lot cleaner. Alright, so we're going to remove this by start moving these right here, plastic parts. These back here, wing nuts all along there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back of this. And to do this job, you're going to want tools like this. This is the only way it's going to happen. She's free. Any chance. And she's off. Here's the plug that you're going to take apart. This is even like the stock one for the stock taillight, if you're going to do the conversion or the retrofitting. Here's the place of those other parts I was showing that are black on the new harness. The resistors. Alright, we got it on. We just got to bolt it down. There's a couple of screws that go right here. One there, and then probably one on the other side. I didn't have that on my other one, so I got to figure out a screw for this. Here's the VLAN. Look at the difference. What a huge difference. VLANs just look like baby girls. They're for baby girls. This one's just beautiful. Yeah, all those cracks on there too piss me off. I'm gonna fix them though. This is how I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna put one bolt here. You can't really put a bolt down on the other one. There's no room. So I'm gonna put it behind this brace right here, this black brace. Put it there, nudge it up against the wall in the corner right here, and it shouldn't go anywhere. Tighten it down right here. I'm gonna drill a hole right now. I already got my starter hole. Got that one in. And it's locked in right here with this brace. I used a marker to start my line, or my where I'm gonna drill my hole, my starter hole. There we go. All right, here's number 2. There's 1 and 2. Got 1 bolt holding on. I'm braced up against this brace. It's on tight. And as you can see, the button works. Stoked on that. And you can see that one works. Stoked about that. I also want to show how when these sit, these are flat. They're just flat that way. But the stock ones go at an angle. They remind me of like the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. Like they're slanted. Look at the difference. That one has a full-on slant, and this one just straight up and down. They look ugly. for $650, the VLAND. Pieces of shit. Going big, boys. And I do want to show, I'm going to take this cushion off, and this cushion off, and this cushion, and this cushion, so that it sits more flush. Because I'm using the stock bezel from 2012, not 2015 and up. Get rid of these cushions. Got it bolted down, looking pretty good, I must say. Sticks out a little bit. We'll see if we can just tighten that in. Alright, it's in. I'm gonna put the other one in. Got that one on too. I'm gonna close the trunk and see what we got. I gotta say, wow. Looks fucking fantastic. I'm really living it. Almost $1,200 later, without buying the bottom bumper cover. Looks pretty good, and it has that slant up. If you can see it, it's going this way, not straight up like the VLANs. I'm liking it. Really liking it. Hell yeah. Took me almost a month. Took me 3 weeks to get all this done. One of them was cracked. The outside taillights had a scratch on it. I mean, just the list goes on. The wiring harness was wrong on one of them. Just all kinds of things. But 3 weeks later, got it done. It took maybe an hour to do that. Now this is the way it should look. It looks dope. I'm digging it. I really like it. $1,150 well spent. But headaches the past 3 weeks. Went on easy as hell. Couldn't believe how good it came out. And it does stick out a little bit right here, but even on the 2015 unit, they stick out just a little bit. But you can't even really tell. I was worried, but it came out really good. You have to remove those bushings though. People don't watch full videos. It's funny because people are going to get something like this, and they're not going to remove the bushings, and it's going to stick out really bad. And you're going to go, what the hell? That looks terrible with the bushings in. Remove the bushings from the back of the taillights, it'll come out just like this. Fuck, I love it. I really do.